A simple pendulum consists of a relatively massive object hung by a string from a fixed support. It typically hangs vertically in its equilibrium position. A pendulum is a body so suspended from a fixed point as to move to and fro by the action of gravity and acquire momentum. A pendulum works with the transfer of kinetic energy to potential energy via gravity. The motion of a pendulum is a classic example of mechanical energy conservation. Because of the uniformity of its period, a pendulum can be used in keeping time. Pendulums can also be used to determine gravitational acceleration at a particular location. The number of cycles over a second is called frequency, and it is measured of hertz. To be able to know how many cycles a pendulum does, we use a pendulum of paint, so it can show us the number of cycles and its movements by a figure.
The materials are scissors and wire, lighter, paint, it doesn't matter the color, a bottle of PET, The first step is to cut the bottle in the upper part. If it is difficult, you can burn out the scissors to make it easier. The second step, and it is optional, is to burn the edges with the lighter to quit the imperfections. The third step is to something pointing. You can use a needle or a wire of any material, burn it out to make 4 holes. Do the same procedure to the top of the bottle and make sure it is big enough to let the paint pass through it. Then you need to pass through the holes the thread. Make a knot twice, measure approximately 30 centimeters and cut it. Make another knot at the end of it. After that, you need to cut the double of the measure of the first thread and knot it to the last one, and there you have. Put the paper on the floor. Place 2 chairs in parallel and a piece of wood perpendicular to the chairs and tie the bottle. You can practice your throw. This one needs to be curvy. Once it is done, put your finger in the hole of the tap and put the paint of the bottle. If you notice that the paint is dense, you can put some water to make it more aqueous. Now you can throw it and see the figure that is going to appear.
When we treat the bottle, the waves of the movement are going to be visible for us thanks to the paint that is dropping the bottle. We're going to see that the wave length is going to be decreasing. This is by some external aspects like the air resistance. Once we control the technique of how we have to throw the bottle, it's going to be able for us to see the waves more delimited and with clarity. This experiment helps understand how is the behavior of waves combining the topic with the pendulum.